Now we are going to do the guided practice for cones. Now our first shape is not a cone, it is a pyramid. So we need to find the area of our base, which is going to be 16 squared, which is 256. We need to find our perimeter, which is going to be 16 times 4, and that's 64. We have our height, and that's 15. And we need to find our slant height. So we know that this length here is 8 because 16 divided by 2 is 8. It's similar to the radius. And we need to find our slant height. So 15 squared plus 8 squared equals our slant height squared. And 15 squared plus 8 squared is 289. And then we're going to take the square root of that. And the square root of 289 is 17. So our slant height is 17. And then our formula for lateral area of a pyramid is 1/2 times our perimeter times our slant height. So 1/2 times our perimeter of 64 times our slant height of 17. And that equals 544 feet squared. And then our formula for total surface area is 1/2 times our perimeter times our slant height plus the area of our base. So 1/2 times our perimeter, which is 64, times our slant height of 17 plus the area of our base, which is 256. And that equals 800 feet squared. And then our formula for volume of a pyramid was the area of our base times our height divided by 3. So the area of our base was 256 times our height, which is 15, divided by 3. And that equals 1,280 feet cubed. Next up, we are looking at a cone, and we know the height is 24 and the slant height is 25. So we need to find our radius. Again, we're using Pythagorean theorem, and 25 is our hypotenuse. So we've got 24 squared plus r squared equals 25 squared. And 24 squared is 576, and 25 squared is 625. And when you subtract them, you get 49, and then you're going to take the square root of both sides, and your radius is 7. So then we plug into our formulas. So formula for lateral area for a cone is pi times your radius times your slant height. So pi times our radius of 7 times our slant height of 25. And that equals 175 pi inches squared. And then we need our total surface area. So pi times your radius times your slant height plus pi r squared. So pi times your radius, which is 7, times your slant height, which is 25, plus pi times your radius, which is 7 squared. and that is 224 pi inches squared. And then we need volume. So formula for volume for a cone is the area of the base times height divided by 3. And remember that our base is a circle, and the formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. So pi r squared times our height divided by 3. So pi times our radius, which is 7, squared times our height, which is 24, divided by 3. And that equals 392 pi inches cubed. Then our next one, we have a cone with a base area of 36 pi feet squared and a slant height of 10. So we need to find our radius, and we know our area is 36 pi, and our formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. So pi r squared equals 36 pi. The pi's cancel out. So then we can take the square root. So our radius is 6. So that leaves us with slant height of 10, a radius of 6, and we need to find our height. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem and find our height. So 6 squared plus your height squared equals 10 squared. 6 squared is 36 plus our height squared equals 100. Subtracting 36 from both sides, and you get 64, and the square root of 64 is 8. And that's our height. So now we've got our height of 8, our radius of 6, and our slant height of 10. So our formula for a lateral area of a cone is pi times our radius, which is 6, times our slant height, which is 10. And that gets us 60 pi feet squared. And then we need our total surface area, which is pi times our radius, which is 6, times our slant height, which is 10, plus pi times our radius, which is 6 squared. And that gets us 96 pi feet squared. And then volume for a cone, again, area of your base times your height divided by 3. And we have a circle. So pi times our radius, which is 6 squared, times our height, which is 8, divided by 3. And that gets us 96 pi feet cubed. And then our last one on the guided practice, we know our slant height is 15. We know our radius is 9, so we need to find our height. Again, we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. So we've got 9 squared plus our height squared equaling 15 squared. 9 squared is 81 plus our height squared equals 225. Subtract 81 from both sides, and you get 144, and the square root of that is 12. So our height is 12. So then we want to find our lateral area. So pi times our radius, which is 9, times our slant height, which is 15. We get 135 pi centimeters squared. And then we need our total surface area. So pi times our radius, which is 9, times our slant height, which is 15, plus pi times our radius, which is 9 squared. And that equals 216 pi centimeters squared. And then we need our formula for volume. Again, area of base times your height divided by 3. And area of base is pi r squared. So pi times your radius, which is 9 squared, times your height, which is 12, divided by 3. And that equals 324 pi centimeters cubed.